Hey, what up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you. This is me in my car. I just got done with my workout at the gym. While I was in there, I was watching a few YouTube videos, people sharing their experiences meeting Paul Bearer, and just everything they remembered watching him grow up. Honestly, I don't really have a whole lot of memories when I think about Paul Bearer on TV. He just seemed to be the guy that was there. I was always focusing all of my attention on The Undertaker, but I wanted to share my shot of meeting Paul Bearer. I met him at WrestleMania Access at WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, and it was a pretty fun thing. I think when you meet wrestlers, I think a lot of times you ask them questions about matches you remember, but I think a lot of the times, from my experiences, when you meet the guys, when you share an experience about their real life, I think they're more into meeting you. And I had a real fun chance meeting Paul Bearer. And to tell you this story, I have to tell you another story. I went to SummerSlam 2010, turned that into a family vacation. When I was there, we went to Disneyland for 5 days. I believe it was before, the week before the SummerSlam show. And when I was there, of course, I would wear wrestling shirts, much like the Hulkamania shirt that I am working out in today at the gym. This shirt I was wearing was the History of the World Heavyweight Championship shirt that came free with the DVD when I bought it with from WWE Shop. Just basically a red shirt with the big old main plate of the title on there, and it just says World Heavyweight Champion WWE on it. We were in California Adventures. We were going on one of the rides. I believe it was like the teacups, but it's a balloon, and the balloon just picks you up and goes round and round and round. Went on that ride with Peyton, and as we got off, the ride attendant said he was from Mississippi, and that he was a wrestling fan, and he wanted to share something with me if I had a chance. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And he was telling me how he met Paul Bearer when Paul Bearer came to Disneyland. It was basically I think he said it was the season before, so it had just been a few months since he was there, and since he was from Mississippi, he was sort of the guy that showed Paul Bearer around. I didn't think Paul Bearer was a big enough celebrity that he needed somebody to take him around, but I guess Disneyland gave him somebody. Maybe it was because of his size and his health, I guess you can say, is that they gave him an attendant to walk around with and share his day to make sure it was as cool as it was. Well, the one thing that Paul Bearer said he wanted to see more than anything else was the Haunted Mansion. And the Haunted Mansion had been closed due to refurbishing and repairs. Basically, they were trying to make it look nice, because I believe it was just before the Haunted Mansion movie with Eddie Murphy. Don't worry if you didn't see it. I don't think anybody else did. Had came out, so they were trying to put some money into that and make it as nice as possible in case anybody was coming to see it just because of that. But, Paul Bearer was let down. He was only going to be there for 1 day, and that would just happen to be the day that they were closing it down. So when I was waiting in line to meet Paul Bearer, I really didn't know what the hell I was going to be saying to him. So that was the one thing that came to my mind, is that when I was at Disneyland this summer, I met somebody who was your attendant, and just told me that they had closed down the Haunted Mansion. That was the one thing he wanted to see, and he went on some wrestling promo for at least 30 seconds about that damn mouse, and turned heel on him and ruined his vacation out to LA for Disneyland. And I thought that was a really, really funny thing. As we were wrapping that up, we started talking about his Twitter account, and I couldn't think of what it was, and he was telling me at the time it was Percy Pringle. This was before he did his comeback, I do believe, because he changed it to WWE Unification or whatever the hell it is to this day after that fact. And because he was saying that, I slid him my book, my encyclopedia, and he had signed it, Percy Pringle the third. And I looked at him and I said, hey, we're wrapping up. I said, thank you very much. It was an honor to meet you, as I tell most people when I meet them. And as he was sliding me the book back, he looked at it and he said, wait a minute, who's that? And I'm like, that's you. And then I had realized that he had signed it Percy Pringle, and I think maybe he didn't think I wanted him to sign it. I didn't really care what he put in there. The encyclopedia is something to me that is my personal treasure, I guess you can say. I don't really think you can take that, and sell it on eBay with the random signatures that you have in there. I don't think it has a worth value anything to me, much like many of my autographs. That's just me. But he slid the book back. He signed it Paul Bearer for me. He said I appreciate it. So that's really when I took the chance, because the rumor was that for WrestleMania 27 to make Undertaker's comeback that much more special, everybody was buzzing that Paul Bearer was going to come back, and I said, hey, I've been hearing that we're going to hear you sooner than later. And he goes, oh, I think you're seeing me now. No, I was like, well, I think we're going to see you in a few hours, because this was on Sunday, the day of WrestleMania. And he goes, if you get back in that line, you can meet me again if you want to. It looks like it's only going to take you a couple of minutes. And I'm like, oh, man. He wasn't giving me anything on that one. But Paul Bearer, honestly, was a very, very nice guy to meet. It's a shame that he has passed. And I hope a lot of you other people out there from going to WrestleMania Accesses and other things like that, I got a chance to meet him, or just going to independent shows, especially with where he was. He didn't seem like he was a hard guy to meet, and I have never heard one bad thing about meeting the guy. He's very humble and appreciated any wrestling fan, because he was a true wrestling fan himself. And it's pretty funny, because I've watched a few videos today, and even like when I was listening to Brian Alvarez on his show talking about Paul Bearer, if something sucked in his career, it sucked. He didn't shy away from it. He didn't try to put it over because he was in it. A lot of times you listen to shoot interviews or just regular interviews with guys, and, stuff that sucks, they try to make it sound like it's $1 million because it was theirs. But, he just straight up says it sucked. And, that's it. So this is Stevie Breach. I hope everybody has a good day. Peace out.